Hello and good morning, fifth graders. It is me, Mrs. Casilio, once again, and I have the opportunity to be your virtual teacher again this week. And I am really excited to continue our school that is away from school. So let's get started. We are going to be, like I said, in week 3. This is lesson 10. And we are continuing our work all around natural disasters. We've had so many great articles that we've read. We've done such great learning together over the past 2 weeks. We're going to continue that with these guiding questions. So let's refresh our memory on these guiding questions. Our first question: how do natural disasters affect the people and places that experience them? And how can we prepare for a natural disaster? All right. Our materials that we will need today: we have a new text titled "Island Where Monkeys Live and Are Studied Was Damaged by Hurricane." We have our lesson 10. You can see that here. And we have our lesson 10 note catcher. And of course, you'll need a sharpened pencil. So go ahead and press pause, grab your materials, and come on back. All right, so our learning target: I can determine 2 or more main ideas of a text and explain how they are supported by key details. Okay, so we've worked with this learning target for the past 2 weeks, but let's just refresh our memories. So we can find out that there are 2 or more main ideas of the text, and then we'll find those key details that support our main idea. And remember, as we're reading, the main idea is the big idea that the author wants us to take away. Okay, so our reading today, you can grab a family member, a friend, and read along with us. I also get to read along with you today, which I'm excited about, but grab your article. I'm gonna grab mine. You can read along quietly, you can read along out loud, or you can just listen, whatever works for you, okay? So our title: Island Where Monkeys Live and Are Studied Was Damaged by a Hurricane. Take a look at that image. Wow, all those monkeys. Let's read our picture caption below. Says monkeys move about on Cayo Santiago, known as Monkey Island in Puerto Rico, on October 4th, 2017. One of the first places Hurricane Maria hit in the U.S. territory on September 20th, 2017 was Monkey Island, a 40-acre outcropping off the East Coast that is considered one of the world's most important sites for research into how primates think, socialize, and evolve. This photo was from the AP Associated Press photo from Ramon Espinoza. You can see that this was by the Associated Press, adapted by the Newsella staff, and it was published on October 12th, 2017. All right, let's go ahead and read our first section. So it says, Cayo Santiago, Puerto Rico. On September 20th, the island of Puerto Rico was hit by a terrible storm called Hurricane Maria. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory in the Caribbean Sea. The people of Puerto Rico are American. They suffered much damage from the storm, with wind and rain destroying many homes and roads. Thousands of people still do not have power or water. The people of Puerto Rico have had a very hard time. Thankfully, many rescue workers have gone to the island to help. One group that needs help isn't human though. Off the coast of Puerto Rico is a tiny island called Cayo Santiago. Many know it as Monkey Island. However, as it is home to more than 1,000 monkeys, the island is like a natural laboratory. It is a place where scientists can study monkeys in the wild. The scientists are interested in everything from the monkey's social behavior to their genes. Genes are tiny bits of information that make up DNA. DNA tells animals' bodies how to grow. It also holds clues into the history of how animals have changed over time. The storm destroyed almost everything on Monkey Island. It wiped out plant life and wrecked the monkeys' metal drinking containers. It also crushed the docks where boats land on the island. As a result, workers have a lot of trouble getting food for the monkeys to the island. Our next section, titled, Will FEMA Come to the Rescue? All of our tools were destroyed, said Angelina Ruiz Lambides. She is the director of the Cayo Santiago facility. She wondered who would pay for repairs and rescues. Does FEMA cover this? She asked. FEMA, which stands for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, is a department of the government. It gives people help after natural disasters like hurricanes. So far, it does not look like any monkeys died in the storm. They may have stayed safe by climbing to high ground and grouping together under trees. The island's history as a research center dates all the way back to 1938. That is when a man named Clarence Ray Carpenter brought a group of monkeys to the United States for scientific study. Our next section, monkeys on an island are contained yet free. Where would he put them? He wanted a place that would be partly cut off, but where they could move freely. The goal was to study the monkeys in the wild without having to track them across long distances. On Monkey Island, the monkeys are free to explore. Since it is an island, though, they cannot get too far. Carpenter started with about 400 monkeys. That number has more than doubled. Every animal born on the island is tattooed so it can easily be identified. Scientists have completely mapped the DNA of about 100 of them. They have mapped out some of the DNA of hundreds more. Monkey Island draws researchers in from all over the world. Some scientists there study monkeys' eye movements, others study their genes, and still others look at their social behavior. Their discoveries will be used by scientists working on a number of problems involving both monkeys and humans. James Hyman is a professor at New York University who is studying the monkeys' behavior, brains, and communication on Monkey Island. He said that the damage done by Hurricane Maria has never been seen before. Emergency food supplies. Now the people who keep Monkey Island running are rushing to bring bags of monkey food onto the island, bringing them over in a tiny sailboat. The monkeys are only being fed what they need to survive because there is so little food. Workers are also trying to put the island's rainwater collectors and drinking containers back together. Scientists from outside Puerto Rico are bringing in equipment to help out. Their work has been paid for by donations. Many people have given money to the effort. The effort has been heroic, but Hyman fears that it cannot continue for long. They're doing the best they can under very difficult conditions, he said, but it needs help and attention. All right, so such an interesting read, Monkey Island. All right, let's continue our work. What I want you to do is I want you to take time, press pause, and I want you to think about what is the main idea of this article? What evidence from the text supports the main idea of this article? So go ahead and think of the main idea or main ideas, and then the evidence that support it. Go ahead and press pause. Just take a look at your article, think, and then come on back when you're done. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. We want to talk about, what do you think the main ideas of the article are? What makes you think that? And what explicit information in the text supports your thinking about the main ideas? So again, looking at this big picture, what is it that the author wants you to take away, the big ideas from this article? So I want you to talk about the main ideas of the article, what makes you think that, and what information the text supports your thinking. So you have to use evidence from your text to back up your thinking. Go ahead and press pause and have a great conversation. All right, now that you've had a chance to think about it, talk about it, let's write about it. So using the lesson 10 note catcher, record the main ideas and key details. So let's take a look here. It says directions, read the article and record the main idea and key detail below. So you're only going to choose one of your main ideas. You can write it here. And then you're going to think, what explicit information from the text supports your thinking about the main idea? And you'll write that right here. Go ahead and use your article and the lesson 10 note catcher, press pause and do your writing. All right, what I would love for you to do is share your writing with someone. So tell someone why you wrote what you wrote. When you've done that, go ahead and find a quiet place somewhere and read with a friend or a family member for 20 minutes or longer. And then your fluency practice, go ahead and use a timer and read the passage for 1 minute. Count the words you read and write the number at the top of your text. Remember, we're doing this today on day 1, and we're going to revisit this again on day 5 and see how that number grew throughout the week. All right, superstars, I have had so much fun reading all about Monkey Island with you, and I look forward to our work around this article throughout the rest of this week.